Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am here today to do a review on my 18C wallet on chain. This is the 18C wallet on chain in the Iridescent black caviar. So I purchased this, it's been a little over a year now. I'm going to go into the details of the wear and tear, what fits inside this wallet on chain obviously, and give you my thoughts on what I think about this wallet on chain. So please stay tuned. So what fits inside this beautiful bag. So I am going to post the measurements just down at the bottom. So here we go. For the purpose of speeding things up, I've added 4 credit cards. There are actually 6 credit card slots. I don't know if you can see, but it's right here. I'm hoping you can see. Let me just do this. Here you go. So there are 2 more here. So here, see this? Here and here. So 4 credit card slots. Of course, there is this zipper pull here. It has a front compartment for which I don't use. It has a zippered compartment for which I would normally put cash, and another back compartment right in here. So basically, for the wallet on chain, you want to be minimizing anything that you put in the front compartments, because you won't be able to close your flaps. So try as much as possible to put your main items, or the items, your essentials, in this main compartment, because otherwise you will have lots of difficulty closing the flap. And just a quick mention here that it does come with the back pocket, the Mona Lisa smile. This is where I would normally put my my card, for example, the my parking pass or my hotel pass, just for easy access, but really nothing more than that. So we'll get started with okay, let's start with what I would normally carry with me if I would just to go run some errands, but I'll put obviously slightly more items just for you to see the capacity of the wallet on chains. So just to start off, you need to know that for the wallet on chains, it pretty much comes down to the placement of your items and which items you decide to pick for your wallet on chains. For example, if you were to select lipsticks, the ones that are round in shape actually work. Those work better than, for example, the square shaped. I don't know why that is, but it's mainly because of the bottom compartment. When you close it here, there's something about the square shape that limits or restricts the closure of the flap. So when you start to pack your wallet on chain, you will have more difficulties to close your wallet on chain if you go with square shaped lipsticks. So always pick rounded shaped lipsticks. This will also work as well because of the base, because it is rounded here. You'll have a better you'll have better, what is it that I'm trying to say, it'd be best for you to close your wallet on chain, because again, it is rounded in shape. And this actually is a right, it is a mirror, so this comes in very handy. But please keep in mind that this will add weight to your wallet on chain, and if you don't carry that many things, just your keys and this, you'll be fine. But over time, you want to minimize the amount of weight that you put onto the bags, and I'll go over into the details at the end of this video and let you know why. And that's part of the one of the disadvantage that I don't like about the wallet on chain. But literally, let's get started. You can actually fit 2 lipsticks in here, and again, make sure that you pick round lipsticks. So I picked the MAC lipsticks just because it's easier for you to see the contents of the bag, right? So this is what the bag looks like. I do have a phone. This is the same size as my iPhone 7s, so I'll put that in the back, right? So there is a space here in the back, in between the lipstick and the back of the wallet on chain. So that's where you want to insert anything that is long, for example, your passports, right? Anything that is long, that's where you would fit the long items, push your lipsticks aside and fit this and push it all the way back to the base, and this fits in there. You could also use your 6 key holder. In mine I have a a whole bunch of things with some car keys, phobes and whatnot. And again, I'm going to put the 6 key holder positioned with the thinnest part at the bottom, just like this. So you have your lipsticks, your iPhone, and now you can fit your keys. So you still have some space here on the side. You can choose to go with for example, a compact. This is the nose albatross, and that will fit in here just fine. So I'm just gonna close the back for you to see. And of course, be mindful of the zipper pull that gets in the way sometimes. And then you should be able to close this. And there you go. This is what the wallet on chain looks like. This is it on the side. It looks perfect. So I am going to grab the my drops so I can show you that actually fits in here. Just bear with me 1 second. What's poking out here is just the zipper pull, but really it's nothing. Okay, sorry about that. So now that I have the drops, I wanted to show you, you could also choose to put, let's see, you have like a hand cream, right? This is really a moisturizer, but I mainly use it for hand cream because I need some kind of moisturizer for my hands. So you could actually fit that in there, and again, this would literally fit. What you want to do is, just squeeze the top down, and there you go, it fits fine, right? Of course, you don't have to go with something this big. You can pick something a little smaller, right? And then you could also fit your contacts drops. And again, try to pick your contact case that are thinnest, because obviously they come in various sizes. Just select the ones that are thinnest. They will work best. So because I still have that slot there, I'm just gonna put this in there, right? And this should also close just fine. I know this one just gets in the way sometimes, but here you go. This is the wallet on chain. This is the side, right? You could, I guess I'll just take things out so that you can have an idea of what was put inside, right? And then you've got this, and then you've got the hand cream, the nose albatross, the phone, and of course the 2 lipsticks. So that's quite a lot, plus the 4 cards, of course. So usually if I go run errands, I obviously don't need 2 lipstick, and I'm probably not going to be carrying my case and my compact. So for running errands, this is actually very perfect. So let's try another combination. So let's say you have, again, your 2 lipsticks. You wanted to always keep your phone with you, and let's say you wanted to carry a mirror. So this is actually a YSL mirror, so you could fit that in there. But to be honest, I mean, I always use my phone as a mirror, so I don't really need an additional mirror. But if you wanted to, you could actually fit that in there. You could fit, well, if you had a mirror, well, would you need a compact? But I'll just leave that in there. And then your contact case, and then let's just go with, again, it depends on the selection. So if you can go for smaller items, pick the smallest items, right? And then you have your little hand cream, and that fits in there. And again, the zipper pull is in my way as usual. And then there you go, right? I'm just quickly showing you here. And if you find that things are bulging out, all you have to do is just push them inside with your fingers. And here you go. I'm gonna try and give you another combination here for you to see. So this time I am going to use the passports because, like I said, one of the reasons why I like my wallet on chain is because I love it so much for traveling. It is very close to the body, and it carries a little bit more than just a wallet, and it allows me to be hands-free because of the of the chain, and you can wear crossbody. So again, if you were to put the passport over top of the lipsticks, you see that this will actually stick out, right? So you don't want to do that. You want to push your passport all the way so that it hits the base, so that your passport will fit comfortably inside the wall-on chain. So always make sure you push your lipsticks to the side. Your phone can then go over top of the lipsticks like this. And then you have some additional space on the side. Let's assume that you're out and about and you really want to have your drops. You can certainly do that, right? And that should close. Here is the side, the wall-on chain. Again, if you find that anything sticks out, just use your finger to push things inside. Let's see, if you wanted to use your drops in here, you probably could. Let's see how you could do this. We'll just test it out here, right? Like this. We'll probably do like this actually. Let's try this. So with this fits with your drops. So it's everything, your passports. You actually have some space in between. So let's try to close it this way first. So it does fit. And again, like I said, if you're not comfortable with the way things sticks out, just press them back in, right? And you should be fine. Press it in like this. And if you don't like that, you can also try to put your drops in here instead. Like I said, I did see that there was a space in between, so let's do that and see how that works instead. So you can have both your drops and your contact case, and then there you go. So that fits quite a lot, considering that you still have your cards, and remember, we still have some cash in here, right? So you've got your 2 passports, your phone, your contact lens case, and this, right? And let's assume that you want it to fit your card holder, right? This is the flat card holder, so you could fit that in there. And let's see if that closes instead. And of course, the zipper pull here, just make sure that it's not in the way, and there you go. This fits. Let me show you the sides. If you find that things pokes out, just push them back inside and you should be fine. Let's assume that you didn't want your drops and you wanted to have the option of being able to take off your contact lenses, so let's put that instead. Let's see if this would fit. So now I've removed the drops and added the contact lens with the what I call my hand cream, and let's see how that fits. That's the only drawback about, well, not the only drawback, that's one of the drawbacks about the wall-on chain, is when you close it, you have to position your bag so that you can see the snap closure button, and there you go, it snaps into place, right? And then here at the sides, again, if you find that anything pokes out, just press them back in and technically you should be fine. So that was with the card holder, and please keep in mind that I have 4 cards in the back, so just the 4 cards in the back alone takes up space. So let's assume that you have all this and now you want to use your O case. So for the O case, because it sits quite tall, it needs to go in a place where it's going to hit the bottom. So in this case, you won't be able to use all this. You have to select. So the case will go inside here, and right, again, remember to push it down to the side, so you can either put it in front of the lipsticks or in the backs of the lipsticks, but not over top, because you need to be able to close. Remember that you do have this bar, so you have to provide the additional space to be able to close it. I normally like to put my O case in front of the lipsticks. That's just my personal preference. I'm just used to that. So now you've got the O case, and then you've got the 2 lipsticks. You still have some space on the side. Let's put the phone, and then you still have some space. So actually, let's try to put, this may not work because the passports are actually very tall. So I don't know if that will work with this, if you'll be able to close. So no, it's not gonna close that way. So let me try something else. Let me try to squeeze this in front here. So I'm not at the top of the lipstick, I'm in front of the lipsticks here besides the pouch, right? So it is a squeeze tight, but just for the sake of seeing if I can fit in terms of capacity, I'll just squeeze in I'll just squeeze in the drops here for the sake of just testing out. I don't think this will work because it seems like it's quite a tight fit, but let's try it out anyway. So maybe, like I said, it all comes down to the placement of the items. So sometimes you'll have to move things around. See how I push this to right, this to the left? We are going to see if that makes a bit of a difference. So let's try and close that up. Oh, actually, there you go. It actually did fit. And I'm actually quite surprised because I did not expect that. So if I were to put two of these in the front, I don't think it would have fit, but oh, it did. It does. So, but it just, you see how this sound looks bulkier than this side, so I would literally just push one to the side. So that's quite a lot. I mean, you got the two lipsticks, the phone, the O pouch, the two passport, and the drop. So like, again, I wouldn't recommend you to stuff it that much, right? Although I do prefer the look of a bulkier wallet on chain because I do find that the thin wallet on chain tends to disappear on me, but realistically this is quite heavy. If you wanted to put that many things in here, and I'll show you what the sides look like, right? And here, like I said, if you're not happy about the way it looks, just push it in. You could, but if you are going to be putting that many items, just switch between the way that you carry this wallet on chain, meaning alternate between carrying this on your hands, right? You can, whatever you want, you know, be creative. Hold it this way and then hold it with the flap, because my only concern is over time you may cause the side to warp upward, right? Especially if you go in a heat and it's hot outside, that can soften the leather quite a bit. So yes, you can go like this, but alternate between carrying like this on your hand and then carry it on the chain, just to alleviate the weight of both the sides. So actually I'm quite surprised because I didn't realize you could put that much. I probably must have done this in the past, but I quite don't remember because, like I said, on a day-to-day basis, I would probably use this mainly for running errands. So when I run errands, I don't actually need to put that many things. So here you go, you've got the two passports that I just put in there. You've got the pouch. I also wanted to mention that obviously if you're going to be using your O case, the items that you put inside will have to be really minimal, meaning it'll be just like your main credit cards. You can't put thick items because otherwise you won't be able to close it. But usually if I were to use this, it's really because I didn't really have the time to switch out of my wallet, or I'm too lazy. But literally this is mainly for credit cards and cash, really the minimal things, just to maintain the thinness of the O case so that it can fit inside the wallet on chain. Two passport pouch, drops, phone, lipstick, cards, and cash. So that's quite a lot of items that I was able to fit in there. And like I said, if you wanted to switch it up, you could even go with the Gallon lipsticks that has the mirror in here, so you could have an additional mirror, and you could also use this to put it on the side here, right? So that's pretty much it. I hope this was quite helpful. Just a side note for the 6 key holder, in case you were wondering, no, you cannot put it upward because the actual 6 key holder does it pokes out, and because of the bar you won't be able to close it, and I would not risk to try and damage the bag over time. Like I said, you know, to a certain extent you can increase the capacity of what you can put inside depending on the items that you choose. but really you wouldn't want to stretch your bag to the level where you would actually damage the top here and cause so much stretch. You can pack it to the max like I've shown you, and that is provided that you are willing to alternate between cramming your bag, you know, with your hands and with the strap, just to alleviate the weight. But that's pretty much it. I hope this video was helpful. I am going to go into the details of what I like about this wallet on chain and what I don't like about this wallet on chain, so please stay tuned.